Voices off and ready. All right. So Stand Tall, Molly Lou Mellon, written by Patty Lovell, illustrated by David Gattro. Molly Lou Mellon stood just taller than her dog and was the shortest girl in the first grade. She didn't mind. Her grandma had told her, "Walk as proudly as you can, and the world will look up to you." So she did. She's sliding down the banister, so confident. Molly Lou Mellon had buck teeth that stuck out so far she could stack pennies on them. She didn't mind. Her grandma had told her, "Smile big, and the world will smile right alongside you." So she did. Molly Lou Mellon had a voice that sounded like a bullfrog being squeezed by a boa constrictor. She didn't mind. Her grandma had told her, "Sing out clear and strong, and the world will cry tears of joy." So she did. Molly Lou Mellon was often fumble-fingered. She didn't mind. Her grandma had told her, "Believe in yourself, and the world will believe in you too." She's carrying this huge stack of dishes, and she slips and falls and breaks some of them, but it does not break her confidence because look at the next page. She's riding a unicycle on a tightrope, juggling a tea set. The cat is worried that she's going to drop something, but she's not. So she did. Then Molly Lou Mellon moved to a new town. She had to say goodbye to her grandma and all of her friends. She looks pretty sad about that. And start in a new school. So she looks pretty nervous. I'd be nervous starting in a new school. I wonder if it's going to hurt her confidence at all. On the first day of school, Ronald Durkin called her Shrimpo in gym class. Oh, that's not very nice. When the game started, Molly Lou Mellon caught the football, ran under the legs of Ronald Durkin, and scored a touchdown. All the children thought, "Wow, she's good." And Ronald Durkin felt very foolish. So she didn't mind that he was teasing her. On the second day of school, Ronald Durkin called her Buckytooth Beaver. Molly Lou Mellon took out her pennies, stacked 10 high on her teeth, and smiled as big as day. All the children smiled with glee, and Ronald Durkin felt very foolish. On the third day of school, Ronald Durkin said, "You sound like a sick duck. Honk, honk." Molly Lou Mellon sang out a quack so clear and strong that it made Ronald Durkin somersault backwards, hit his head, and have to go to the nurse. All the children cried with joy to be free of Ronald Durkin for the rest of the afternoon, and Ronald Durkin felt very foolish. On the fourth day of school, Ronald Durkin said that she'd made the snowflake all wrong. But Molly Lou Mellon opened up her paper and revealed the most beautiful snowflake of all. All the children oohed and awed, even Ronald. On the fifth day of school, Ronald Durkin brought Molly Lou Mellon a stacking penny for her tooth and smiled at her. So he sees how happy she is, how kind she is, and how confident she is in herself. And now he's changing his ways and being kind to her too. That night, Molly Lou Mellon took out a pencil and paper and wrote a letter to her grandma. "Dear Grandma, I wanted to tell you that everything you told me was exactly right. Love, Molly Lou Mellon. So there's her grandma. You can see her grandma looks a lot like Molly Lou Mellon. She's very tiny and she had so much good advice for Molly Lou Mellon.